Hey, big head.
So like you just said, you went to Dr. Phillips High School. And so this is around 2008, right? So now Florida always had like a major role in the music scene, dating back to like Trick Daddy, Two Live Crew.
Oh, yeah.
All that good stuff.
Okay.
And then when you attended high school in 2008, it seemed like Florida had a resurgence of music with people like Plies, Ace Hood, Flo Rida, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled.
Flo Rida. I don't think we playing Flo Rida, but okay.
You gotta throw Flo Rida. His name is Florida. You gotta throw him in there. You gotta throw him in there. Sure. And T-Pain. You cut me off at T-Pain.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. T-Pain in. T-Pain.
Right.
So like at this time, around 2008, when you started high school, how turned was the Sunshine State at this time?
How turned were we? I mean, like, come on. Like, okay, look, I'm from Orlando. Let me get that straight. Let me be very clear, because there is a difference between like regions and cities. You know, when we're talking about like Trick Daddy and Trina and Two Live Crew, we talking about Miami.
Right.
And that has its own culture, right? It has its own like dancing, its own lingo. And then you talk about T-Pain, that's like Tallahassee.
Right.
I think Plies is from South Florida, I want to say. So I'm not going to lie. It wasn't until I got into college. That I really got to see the regional differences in Florida. But what I will say,
what was you listening to? Wait, so you?
But I was listening to everything. I was listening. You know, I am a huge fan of anything that came from Atlanta, right? So like the crunk era. You are. Come on, I look.
You are.
I'm not even gonna lie, and that's the thing. People just assumed that I am just this pious, good girl, and that was true. Like I dotted my I's and crossed my T's, but Lil Jon and the East Side Boys came on. It was a different story. So I always Ying Yang. Come on, look, I'm repping the wrong state.
You are. Look, I think I got my research wrong. Are you from Orlando or are you from Atlanta? Like what?
I mean, I'm currently in the A. But I mean, Florida, we have an amazing art scene. Like to bring it back, like my favorite poets. Like we come from Jacksonville, we come from Orlando, we come from Tampa, we come from the whole state, we come from West Palm. So music. When I think of musicians from Florida, it's a lot of energy. You think of dances, you think of grit. You have a lot of people who will argue till they die that Florida is not the South. I think no, cut it. Like that's like let's cut that out. Is first off, slavery is look, we are below the Mason-Dixon line, so we have a very, very real history. But even with that, I'd say that we do have, in certain parts, we do have a Southern twang in culture and music. Like that is all within Florida. So yeah, man, we was lit.
I was lit on the
school bus.
You still popping. You got like Kodak and Rod Wave and Young and Ace. I mean, you still got a lot of people, still coming out of Florida. So
yeah, Florida.
Big ups.
Yeah, we got some hitters in Florida for sure.
100%. Okay, so in high school, you continued to thrive. You performed in your school's play Color Girls, I believe. I'm not sure what.
Yes.
I'm not sure what role you played, but you played in the Color Girls. Are you?
Yeah. Well, wait. So just to get it right, Intozaki Shange for Color Girls.
Okay, gotcha.
Suicide when the rainbow wasn't enough. yes. And I was Lady in Orange.
Awesome. Although you are very, very, very uncoordinated, I know this for a fact. You somehow got into, I don't know if you snuck in or you actually signed up for the color guard. I don't know how you did that, but somehow you actually managed to get in there. And you formed your school's first poetry collective while still maintaining a 4.2 GPA. I mean, to me, I don't know how you find the time to still be a normal teenager while breaking all these barriers. But what type of balance did you have in high school?
Yeah. And honestly, like, that's not even half of it, so that's like school. But was involved. I was like president and vice president for like years for organizations outside of school, and that organization actually paid my tuition for college. I was doing that. I was involved in. I was again born and raised in the church, so I was all up in every youth ministry and program up in there too. So yeah, and I will say this to the public. I was a Girl Scout until I was 18 years old. Yes, I was selling the cookies.
I was actually going to leave that one out. But hey, since you said
it. Look, if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it.
I'm not going to edit that one out either. I'm probably going to highlight it. It might be in the title on the YouTube thing.
Oh my gosh.
Debating.
Girl Scout. I do want to say that is important because I was in an all Black troop, and all of my experiences was very Black, very Afrocentric, right? The only thing my culture and being in Black culture, that's all that I know. I was in Delta Gyms as well. So that was like the high school outreach version of my sorority, which is Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So you don't see a lot of active Black kids, or you don't think about that, especially in these organizations, if we're talking about like Girl Scouts and stuff like that. When I was in high school, I was the only Black person or one of, in my classes or in the honor societies, right? And I don't necessarily hold that with pride because I don't think I'm an exception, but I think it is important to talk about representation and to know and to see people who have done many things and was involved and did not allow anything to kind of inhibit that participation. But also, I was raised and cultivated by Black culture, full stop. And that had informed all of my steps moving forward, especially in poetry too. So, as far as me balancing everything, I give it to my parents, Dan and Jerry Birch. They had us on the schedule. They were very supportive. They never said no. And Dev, like you being a poet, you understand it's, everybody wants to be a rapper. Everyone sings, everyone dances, everyone acts. But you talk about spoken word poetry. What is that? Not many people are exposed to that. So to have my parents support their child to say, hey, mom and dad, I want to write poems and say them out loud to people. And I want to pursue that, and I want to go to all these different places and to travel, and you come with me, for them to support that.